Am I glad that March is over? Yes. Hi, my name is Crystal and this is Lee Loves Books, and today we're going to talk about my March wrap-up, I guess. So I actually have a lot today to discuss, so I'm going to try to not take up too much time, because I feel like sometimes when I be talking for a long time, I sound like ranting, and we don't want to do that. But yeah, let's get into it. For the month of March, I read 18 books, and here are all 18. It was touch and go for a little bit. Like, I feel like if I were to look at my story graph, because you know how it tells you the days that you were reading, I know I started pretty strong like the first week and then like tapered off. And I feel like at least the last week and a half of the month is when I was like, all right, let's start chugging them out. And I wanted to read. I think that's what my issue is. Sometimes mid-month lately, at least in 2025, I just I don't feel like reading, so I don't read. I won't force myself if I don't feel like it. We're gonna start off with my least favorites. My least favorite, I think I had, say my two least favorites. First one was Forbidden Titan by E.V. Olson, and this entire series is kind of hit or miss for me. So I don't know why I keep going on with it, but something about it is just it's like potato chips. Like, you know, it's kind of bad for you, but you still eat them up. So yeah, this one is like, it's male loving male, stepbrothers. The reasoning why one of them wants to the other one is murky at best, but you know what, suspend all belief and you might ride with it. Unfortunately for me, I was kind of like, The Step There by Riley Hart and Devin McCormack. This one was boring after 55%. I lost interest, but I wanted to finish it to see how the parents reacted, because this is a male loving male pairing. Again, they were best friends that turned into stepbrothers because their parents all of a sudden started dating, eventually got married, like literally in the span of, you know. It was nice because they were experimenting before their parents they even knew their parents were together, and then their parents get married and they're like, oh, maybe we should stop because we don't want to mess with their relationship. It's like, you guys were doing it first. Anyways, but yeah, it was boring. It's low angst. If you want, I love low angst, don't get me wrong, that's my favorite thing, but it still has to be engaging in terms of like their relationship, their relationship progressing, making it feel like you're seeing them fall in love, because obviously most of the time when it's like a friends with benefits situation, you have to get those instances where you see that they're falling in love. That wasn't here, unfortunately for me, so these were a miss. My favorites, I have, hold on, let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6! Girl, you should have known that. These are my 6 favorite. Finn by Ashley James. This one is MM. It is a little bit of an age gap, I believe, and it is single dad, nanny, cowboy, by awakening. It's a little bit forbidden because the cowboy was technically dating the nanny's twin sister at the start of the book, but it ends pretty quickly, and then they, you know, well, technically they have a little bit of a tryst before he breaks up with his girlfriend, but it's still cheating. I was gonna try to defend it, but it's still a level of cheating. So if you're not into that, like cheating to be together, don't even touch this one. All right, I ate it up. I like the cheating to be together. I don't like the cheating in between. That's no, or not in between. The cheating like when they're together, but he's cheating on with someone else. Miss me with that one. Forever Mine by the Tasha Marie. Now this one, boy, it had me like this. Okay, because so Hugh meets Ashlyn at her engagement party to another man, and he decides from the get-go, that's mine. And he puts pressure the entire time and does not let up. But again, it had me like this because I was like, what if the fiance comes in and just tries to rock his? I was like so nervous, but that doesn't happen. I feel like it's relatively low angst for the most part. It's an MF pairing, black romance. It's a novella. I think it's under 180 pages. So for me, it was a quick read. I know for other people that may not be the case, and you know, it's valid. Possessive Puck Boy by Eden Finley and Saxon James. This was my arc of the month. By the time I got to this, I was kind of like, oh, what's happening? Things aren't hitting for me. So this one came at a perfect time. I ate this up. This is another MM romance. This is hockey, pro hockey, so hockey player slash nerd. A little bit of a second chance because they knew each other as teenagers. Unfortunately, Connor was, I wouldn't say he was a bully per se, but in terms of in trying to defend his brother from like a bad reputation when they were growing up and stuff like that, he inadvertently helps Parker's bullies, and Parker is now the team owner. So he buys the team in terms of like trying to fill a wish for his late father, but then also a little bit of payback against Connor, so two birds, one stone. But he fails at that epically because they fall in love. So I ate this up. So this is book 8 in the egotistical, no. This is book 8 in the Puck Boy series, and they got another one. They got more. And I'm like, honestly, at this point, sometimes I might be like, enough is enough, but this one, I'm gonna eat all of them up. I'm not gonna lie. I'm ready for book 9. Especially knowing who book 9 is, I'm ready. Kiss the Villain by Irina Kentz. Now this one did cause some uproar on Book Talk and Bookstagram. I ate it up. I ate it up. I ate it up. I knew Carson, there was no way this man was going to be a little weak lamb with a psychotic brother like Killian Carson. If you've ever read God of Malice, if you haven't, I'm gonna spoil it for you in a little bit. But anyways, Carson is literally probably more psychotic, probably a little bit more psychotic than Killian. Some of it I feel like was told to us, not really shown to us, but like some of his personality you could see. Like he has a very obsessive personality. I think that's a little more obsessive than Killian is. Yeah, he's a brat. I loved him. I love Caden. I love them together. Actually, when Caden from the get-go was like baby, and like Gareth was like, I'm not your baby. Don't call me your baby. There is feminization kink in this one, which I know it may not be everyone's cup of tea, but I vibed with it. I kept it rolling. Feel like the ending was a little bit rushed, but I think that's the case with all of Rena's books, honestly. So you have to kind of go into it expecting that. You know, just shut your brain off and read them. That's my advice for Rena Kent stuff. You also have to break them up. I would never suggest binging all of her books because they are very similar. There's a formula she follows. The formula pays very well. I'm not begrudging her that. Break it up and you will enjoy it better. So read 1 or 2 books, then take a week off, read something else, and then go back and then follow the cycle. If you want to read all of them at one shot, you're going to be sick by the end of that. So, Sweet Like Whiskey, Full Hearts by Emmy Sanders. I am on an Emmy Sanders kick. I usually don't do backlists for authors. The first book I read of hers was To Catch a Firefly, and I absolutely love that one. That one is a tearjerker a little bit. It's a little angsty, but not too much. It's perfect childhood friends to lovers. If you have not read that one, I would suggest picking it up. It's relatively low angst in terms of outside issues, so if you do not like that, then I wouldn't recommend picking up that book either. But it's low angst in terms of external issues. It's more a little angsty in terms of like the relationship, obviously, which I feel like that's kind of usually the case with childhood friends to lovers, especially when one has always been in love with the other one. But To Catch a Firefly, it's mutual pining. Sweet Like Whiskey and Fool's Heart, they're both cowboy romances. They're both MM romances. And I ate these up. Now, these are like two sides of like opposite coins that I really, really like with Emmy Sanders. And that's the reason why I'm going through her backlist, because Sweet Like Whiskey is like kind of lighthearted. It's a grumpy sunshine. You know, one guy comes in and he is, from the get-go, he realizes that the grumpy one kind of does like him, so he's just gonna pursue him, and it's really cute. And then Fool's Heart, that one hurts because I cried. Like the first 30% of the book, I was crying because it's a friends to lovers, childhood friends to lovers. One of them has been in love with the other one. This is set also in like it's in different timelines, but it starts off when they meet, or not when they meet, but it starts off in 1991 when they're 11, and then you see them grow up. So they're growing up in this like really conservative small town, and no one is really out there. and there is a part where there is a time where Wyatt is outed, and it literally breaks your heart because you find him in the beginning. He's not in love with Easton like that, but obviously as a teenager, and he thinks it's puppy love, so he thinks that, you know, maybe moving away might help that go away, and it doesn't, and it's just like, oh my god, it broke my heart, it broke my heart. And then Easton doesn't know, he doesn't realize that, I think honestly he's always been in love with his best friend, but he is, I believe his orientation is like demisexual. Easton is demisexual, bisexual. He ends up being engaged to his high school love, but he is also heartbroken when Wyatt moves away, and he doesn't know why. Like, that was like, it shattered his heart, like, completely. He doesn't understand why, and it's like us, so we're like, because you're also in love with him. You should have been with him the whole time. But I digress. Things happen the way it happened. They had to be together on their own timeline. They had to like be apart to grow, and then to, you know, get back together. So that's my favorites of March. More favorites than less, so yay for that. You know, 6 out of 18 is not bad. The other ones I did like too. If you're curious about the other ones, you could also follow me on Goodreads and Storygraph, and I did some content for the other ones too. So April, in terms of a TBR, I don't really make those, but I would say my hopefuls, definitely King of Envy by Anna Huang. That comes out at the end of the month, so hopefully I do read it on release day, because I still have yet to read The Striker. I bought both copies and they're just sitting there. Probably I want to get into the rest of the Emmy Sanders world, to the Elite Eight, which is their porn stars, and they all like fall in love with, I think some of them with each other, some of them with like outside, you know, people who are non-porn star. I would say those are my hopefuls to get into that series, read most of them, and then King of Envy, I think. If I can think of anything else, maybe I may do a separate video. I just, as of right now, cannot think of one for the life of me. Now, what we're gonna get into is the book haul that I have. I'm really excited about this. Baby got her first PR mail, and I got this book, Just Drive, by Devin Sinclair. Devin Sinclair, for the most part, I believe writes Omega Verses, and this one is so good. I can read the back to you, or you can also like just look it up. But it's being the first female Formula One driver in the sports history is like being struck by lightning. Powerful, electrifying, and dangerous. Don't get me wrong, it's incredible. Plenty of racing fans are celebrating. Plenty more are outraged, hoping that I either quit or crash. They can hope all they want, I'll never quit. But there's more than Formula One fans to worry about, like shaking hands with my team principal for the first time, and his scent turning my entire world upside down, like the rest of his pack, including the current Formula One champion, matching with me too. One breath, and we all belong to each other, body and soul. In their arms, I am more than just a racer, I'm an Omega. I'm safe with them. For the first time, I can be what my designation craves instead of what my sports demands. Soft, spoiled, pleasured, and love. Their fierce desire to win is only matched by one thing, their passion for me. But the rookie Omega in a pack with her boss, the champion, and her crew is a PR disaster of global proportions. And I won't be the only one with a target on my back. If the 5 of us want to make it through the racing season, no one can ever know. And if that doesn't sound good to you, ooh, I do like Omega Verses. I don't read them as often as I used to, but something about this one, I mean, because I think Formula One is considered a sport, I believe. Sometimes there's more sports than hockey, guys. We can do it. I will eat every single sports romance. I love sports romance as a whole. Obviously, I deviate more towards hockey because there's like a huge amount of them. But anytime I find one that's like basketball or baseball, oh my god, I eat that one up. So Formula One, I think this will be my first. No, Lauren Asher has one. This will be my second series. I don't know if this is more, if it's just gonna be like its own standalone or what. But yeah, and if you don't know what an Omegaverse is, I can try to explain it to you, but this video would be an hour long. But that's number one. First Kiss the Villain. This one came out super early. I did pre-order it when the pre-order first went live, and I was able to get it, I think, 5 days before release day. Did I end up reading the paperback? No. I ended up waiting for the Kindle anyways. Moonstruck by Onali James. This is my favorite book in the entire series. I do have 2 other like top favorites as well, but this is definitely number 1. This is part of the Necessary Evil series, if you haven't seen my other videos. And I am slowly buying the paperbacks. so I can have the entire collection because I need them on my shelf. I really, really do. So this one is an MM and it is an age gap, but the one who's the more dominant one in the relationship is the younger one, so I eat those up. I went to Magic with the Bells with my friends, and I was good that I only bought one book. And it's Face Off by Chelsea Cutro. I don't know how to say her last name. And the cover's really cute. This is book one. It's purple. That was the one that was calling to me when I went to her table, and I've seen it floating around on Book Talk. So I was like, I'm gonna give it a try. It also did come with some prints or whatever. They look exactly the same, but one they're doing like it's a regular pose, and then this one they're supposed to be doing like funny poses behind each other. Just flicking the camera off. One of them is doing bunny ear. Two of them are doing bunny ears. So it's cute, and it is also personalized. I did get it signed and personalized, so really excited to read that one. My special edition from Liz Tomford came, and these are gorgeous and to die for. I will probably post a video of me unboxing them and showing them off, but like this is the reversible dust jacket of Caught Up. Gorgeous. Look at the edges. Look at the back. It did come with some like additional little prints, but this is the actual like regular print, and it came with some other stuff. But the naked dust jacket, I think this is like, I mean not dust jacket, the naked cover, and I think this one is like, I think this is like linen, right? And it has obviously his number, and then in the back Kai and Miller. The inside is, you know, art print of them, and then I was also able to get it personalized because I had ordered these unsigned from the Booksaholic because I knew, I had hoped and prayed and, you know, fingers and toes crossed that it would come before Magic with the Bells, and it did. So I was able to get it signed by Liz Tomford at Magic with the Bells. So it is personalized, and this is the dust jacket that it comes, like this is how it comes with this one. But I like the people on the front. I usually don't, but whoever did their art, they did that. Along. And then the little spine, and of course this is the one that it comes with. Obviously I switched it to the people cover because that tickles my fancy more. Purple, we all know how I feel about purple. That's that one, and then that's that, and then of course all the way in the back, and then the pages are really nice, and then of course I was able to get personalized as well. If you look at them together, they're so pretty. I kind of had hoped they would do all the you know, the rest of the series, but it is what it is. So then when you put them together. Last but not least is the skincare haul, because after Magic with the Bells, me and my friends went to Ulta because I ran out of moisturizer. So I was gonna get the Clarins multi-active moisturizer, the night and day, but the Ulta employee, an older, beautiful black lady, nah, you need this brand. This brand's perfect. They don't test on animals. Everything is clean. It's vegan. A lot of missing all of the, the parabens and all that other stuff. So it's the Kopari brand. Honestly, the consistency of it is amazing. It's a whipped moisturizer. I've already been using it. I don't know if you can see. When you put it on, like the consistency, amazing. So much, because I have dry combo skin, but I lean more towards combo. For some reason I still keep it in the box. I don't know why. Probably when I get halfway is when I'll take it out. Then the next one is the vitamin C serum, and this also helps for discoloration. So because I do have some on my cheeks, I do have a little bit of hyperpigmentation. So this is, I don't use this every day because my face is sensitive to certain serums, but I use it like every other day or every 2 days. So I like it so far. It does have like these little beads, and it does smell citrusy. I like that because I feel like some vitamin C's I have tried don't smell like vitamin C. I'm like, ain't it supposed to be a citrusy smell? And then I also got the mineral sunscreen. I have all the box, and this one is also, it has brightening. So, you know, if you were to put a little bit, it is tinted. So it does have a little bit of a tint, but when you go and wipe it, it goes on sheer. And then it's brighter. See? I mean, granted, my arms are discolored because your girl has like a weird ass tan, but it's honestly amazing. I love it so much. It smells good too. Well, it doesn't smell like sunscreen, should I say. And last but not least, I do have the Kopari mini. I got the set of these body and hair mist ones. This is the Jasmine and White Peach. Amazing. The vanilla. Y'all know me, I love vanilla. The vanilla, amazing. The coconut, because I think this is, yeah, coconut milk, amazing. The flowers, not so much, not a favorite. But when me and my friends, we tried these two paired together, like layering, amazing. So yeah, Kopari sponsored me, y'all. Anyways, if you watched this entire thing, thank you so much for watching. Bye!